wanted to make sure that no one is misled by this information. First of all, my name is Maurice Scott, Maurice Jefferson Scott, Sr. And if you're gonna do research on a Maurice Scott, make sure that you're researching the right person.
Y'all, things in Huntsville just got real messy. Maurice Scott, the man who once prided himself on being the calm, logical husband, has officially broken down. After months of silence, denial, and spin, he's now out here begging Kimmi to come back, crying, pleading, and saying he's nothing without her. But here's the real kicker. All of this came right after his alleged affair got exposed in a way that left fans speechless. Receipts, screenshots, and even audio clips are out.
Honey, and before you get on social media, TV, YouTube, talking about what you think you know, maybe reach out to the people that you're about to talk about and ask maybe if it's true or not, because it can land you in trouble when you speak of people that's not true.
And now, Maurice's entire family man image is hanging by a thread. This is not the polished, confident Maurice viewers knew from Love Marriage Huntsville. This is a man unraveling in public, and it's got everyone wondering if this sudden display of emotion is genuine or just desperate damage control. Let's rewind and break this down from the very beginning, because y'all, this story runs deep.
Saying that this is all the reason, but True T has really done an amazing thing for Miss Black Titanic, and I appreciate that. And it's always good to see creators supporting other creators. But child, y'all go over there and listen to this, cause this right here is the clown of the year, baby.
Back when Love Marriage Huntsville first started, Maurice and Kimmi were seen as the solid couple, the grown-ups in the room. They didn't do loud arguments or messy public fights. Their bond seemed grounded in mutual respect. Kimmi was calm, nurturing, and strong, while Maurice was portrayed as focused, hardworking, and driven by family values. Fans looked at them like a breath of fresh air compared to the chaos surrounding other cast members.
Same, nobody knows what I did when I left, and nobody knows what he did when he left. It's speculation.
Kimmi was a nurse, a mom, and a woman who carried grace even in hard times. She supported Maurice through career changes, co-parenting issues, and the ups and downs of fame. And through it all, she rarely complained. But what fans didn't see at first was the emotional imbalance quietly forming behind that picture-perfect smile. Maurice, as focused as he was on his career, often missed the emotional cues. He'd offer logic when Kimmi needed comfort and structure when she needed softness. It wasn't intentional. He just didn't realize that sometimes fixing things isn't the same as being there.
That you guys didn't see. However, in the moment that I acted, I was acting to protect the situation, protect my brother from further harm.
Then came the hardest chapter of Kimmi's life, her breast cancer diagnosis. The entire world saw her strength as she faced chemo, surgery, and recovery. Fans rallied behind her, inspired by her courage. But behind that strength, she was struggling, not just with her health, but with the emotional distance in her marriage. While Kimmi was fighting for her life, Maurice seemed detached, not cruel, just absent in a way that cut deep. He was physically there, but emotionally, he was somewhere else. People online started noticing. They saw that Maurice wasn't posting supportive messages or standing by her publicly. They noticed the missing wedding ring, the quiet anniversaries, the lack of I love you posts. The silence said everything. And when a woman feels unseen during her most vulnerable time, that silence becomes unbearable. Sources close to Kimmi said she started withdrawing, not because she stopped loving him, but because she couldn't keep carrying the weight of a one-sided marriage. Then, just when fans thought things couldn't get more distant, rumors began swirling, whispers of another woman. At first, nobody believed it. Maurice always positioned himself as the disciplined, structured husband, not the type to cheat. But then, Shayla entered the picture. Now, this name, Shayla, came out of nowhere. But she didn't just drop rumors, she came with proof. Screenshots, text messages, and even a voice note that lined up with dates when Maurice was supposedly trying to fix things with Kimmi. The internet went wild. Fans pieced together timelines showing Maurice allegedly saying one thing to Kimmi while saying something completely different to Shayla. Then came the voice note, 3 minutes of laughter, whispers, and private talk that reportedly matched up with times Maurice was appearing on camera trying to win Kimmi back. The betrayal hit fans hard. Not only had Kimmi stood by him through sickness and struggle, but she'd done it with grace, and this is how he repaid her? When the receipts dropped, Maurice panicked. His PR team jumped in fast, calling Shayla's claims false and saying she was a bitter ex-associate seeking attention. But the internet wasn't buying it. Too many details lined up. Shayla had photos, dates, and even mutual contacts confirming her story. That's when everything flipped. For the first time in Love and Marriage Huntsville history, Maurice cracked. Gone was the lawyer tone and calm voice. He went live, eyes swollen, voice trembling, and words stumbling over each other. He said he wasn't perfect, that he made emotional mistakes, and that his biggest failure was not protecting the one woman who protected me. Fans flooded the comments, half in shock, half in disbelief. Some said, now he wants to cry because he got caught. Others said, he looks broken. That's real pain. But what really broke people's hearts was when Maurice pulled out a letter on camera. He said it was the same letter he wrote the night Kimmi left. He didn't read it fully, but he shared a few lines that had fans tearing up. One of them said, "You gave me grace when I gave you distance, and now I see that silence doesn't fix pain, it buries it." Then he held up a ring, a new one. Not for a re-proposal, but as a symbol of starting over, of letting go of ego and pride. He said, "If she ever finds it in her heart to forgive me, I'll spend the rest of my life showing her what love really means." The internet exploded. Some believed it was too late, that Kimmi had already found her peace. Others saw it as the raw truth of a man realizing too late what he lost. But the story didn't end there, because right after that emotional live, Shayla came back with another twist. She posted a message saying, "He's not crying because he's sorry, he's crying because the mask slipped." Then she dropped another screenshot showing Maurice allegedly telling her just days before the live that he needed to fix things publicly before everything collapsed. That line sent fans into a frenzy. Was this breakdown genuine or a performance to win sympathy? Meanwhile, Kimmi stayed silent. She didn't throw shade, didn't deny, didn't engage. She simply posted a single quote on Instagram that read, "Peace feels different when you earn it." That quiet strength said everything. People could feel it. Kimmi was done trying to fix what kept breaking her. Insiders close to production claimed that Kimmi had emotionally checked out long before the scandal broke. She reportedly told friends that she forgave him for herself, not for the marriage. It's that kind of quiet closure that hits hardest, the kind that doesn't need revenge or drama, just peace. Maurice, on the other hand, spiraled. Friends say he's been calling her family, leaving voicemails, even showing up unannounced to talk. He's allegedly been seen driving by their old spots, leaving letters at her doorstep, and reaching out to mutual friends, begging them to tell her, "I'm still fighting." It's heartbreaking, but also painful to watch because fans can see the pattern. Realizing someone's worth after breaking their heart has become too common. When love turns into regret, it doesn't just break a person, it changes them. Maurice is reportedly stepping back from filming, saying he wants to focus on healing and earning forgiveness the right way. But for many fans, the damage is already done. Because when a woman like Kimmi, who gave love selflessly, walks away, she rarely looks back. Now, the emotional impact of all this is huge. Kimmi's journey wasn't just about betrayal, It was about rediscovering herself after years of being unseen. The fans who once pitied her now admire her. They see a woman who went through pain, fought for her health, lost her marriage, and still stood tall. And that's why her silence is louder than any response. Maurice's image, though, has taken a hit. Once seen as the level-headed husband, he's now viewed as another man who played himself, trying to play two sides. His tears might be real, but his timing feels too convenient. Maybe he's truly broken, or maybe he's just broken because his mask cracked in front of everyone. But let's be real, love isn't always clean. It's messy, emotional, and sometimes tragic. People make mistakes, but not everyone owns them. What hurts the most is realizing the one person you trusted to catch you when you fall was the reason you hit the ground. As of now, Kimmi hasn't confirmed whether she'll ever take him back. Sources say she's focused on her peace, her son, and rebuilding her life quietly. Meanwhile, Maurice keeps saying he'll wait as long as it takes, that he's willing to be forgiven even if she never comes back. But here's the truth. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes it's closure, sometimes it's strength, and sometimes it's walking away with your dignity while the other person is left realizing they destroyed something pure. So what do y'all think? Is Maurice's breakdown a sign of real remorse, or just another act to clean up his image? Can love survive betrayal once the truth is out there for the whole world to see? Because if one thing's clear, it's this: Kimmi's peace is not negotiable anymore. And no matter how many tears Maurice sheds, the woman he once took for granted might be gone for good. But here's the twist. Maybe that's the lesson he needed all along. Sometimes losing the love of your life isn't punishment. It's the price you pay for not valuing it while you had the chance. And that's the quiet tragedy of Maurice and Kimmi's story. Two people who once stood as the example of love and partnership, now standing on opposite sides of heartbreak, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. Now it's your turn. Do you think Kimmi should give him another chance, or is it time for her to close this chapter once and for all? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And with the next Love and Marriage Huntsville season coming up, don't be surprised if this whole scandal plays out on camera, because this time, the truth isn't just out, it's haunting him.